Good morning from the start of day 29. I just packed up my stealth campsite here at Curley Maple Gap. I took my first official poop in the woods this morning, and it is the start of week 5. So I've been out here approximately 1 month, and everything's feeling good. It's a beautiful day already, so let's hit the trail. Several days ago when I was giving my reasonings for being out here, I mentioned that I still had a positive attitude, and I do, but I also mentioned that around a month or two, it typically starts to dwindle, but I felt it a little bit yesterday. But today the sun's back out, shining bright, and we're pushing strong. What's that puppy's name?
That's Joshua.
Joshua, is Joshua friendly? Not really. Hey Joshua, you're... Okay, I see. I kept it very simple with that trail magic. I refilled my water, grabbed an apple and an orange, tangerine, and hit the trail again. Not that I'm not appreciative, just don't really need it right now. I'm stocked up. So it's about noon. I've been a little over 10 miles in 4 hours, but I'm stopping to eat the apple that my man at Trail Magic gave me and have a little peanut butter and some tortillas for lunch. And while I was stopped here, I know in several videos y'all seen me have my protein shake, have my chocolate milk as a meal. So one thing I did before I came out here, and people might agree or disagree with this, but I made some protein packs. And so what I have in here is half of a serving of a weight gainer protein called Naked Mass. And Naked Mass just basically is a company that has very simple natural ingredients. And in this, there's 100% organic cacao instead of cocoa, which is more pure and less processed chocolate, basically. It's got organic coconut sugar in it for a low glycemic index. It's got whey protein concentrate, which will give you a little bit of spike in your glycemic index. It also has micellar casein. And so whey is a fast absorbing protein, and casein kind of absorbs over several hours. And then the last thing it has is tapioca maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is like a complex carbohydrate. So with that, that's about 750 calories in here. I also add some Ancient Nutrition collagen protein, which is 10 different types of collagen proteins, and about 5 grams of creatine. So I'll have these for a good breakfast or a dinner, sometimes for lunch, just depends on how I feel. And basically what I do with this is I get about 18 ounces of water, 16 to 18 ounces of water in here, and I just add the pack to it and shake it up very, very, very vigorously to get everything to blend and not to clump. Sometimes you get clumping. It does help to heat the water up. But yeah, that's one of the things I'm mailing to myself in these boxes. It's proved to be pretty useful. I just stopped for a quick break, and the best I can assume, maybe it's residential. I seen 2 cars come by while I was sitting there for like 3 or 4 minutes. Definitely residential, private property. We thank all these people for letting us use their road to detour the Helene damage. Hey, Charlie. Hey, buddy. the third or maybe fourth Charlie that I've met.
Hey, buddy. It's a good boy.
It would seem that the #1 dog name is Charlie for 2025 so far. That's awesome. And now we've transitioned to asphalt. Hooray, back to an actual trail. I was already told on the detour by a couple called Flip and Flop who are doing flip-flop hiking this year. They've jumped several sections. They were southbound, and they told me the detour is pretty much all downhill until the last few miles. And here it is, back to the hills, back to the trek, back to the grind. You can tell that like this has been made just for this, coming off this hill, because I'll tell y'all what, it is an extreme grade. Push on. I probably should get my trekking poles out. Straight up. Still climbing. Whew. Right, let's continue, shall we? It's been cool, crisp today. I haven't really sweat at all. I felt hydrated. I haven't really drank a whole lot of water. I've actually dumped some water out at one point to make it lighter to get up the hill. And it goes back to what I was saying yesterday. I went and I ate a salad, bunch of fruits and vegetables. Hydration. Some sort of vertebrae. Put your back into it. Nice addition. Well, since that big climb, it hasn't been too awful bad. There have been some ascends, but not too terrible. That first hill, up and down it, that was some pro level stuff. And that's the other side of the detour. It's been about a 17.1 mile day, close to 4:30. I'm gonna walk back here and find this water source since I went through that detour with very little water. Thank you to the gentleman and his father with the little Charlie dog that gave me a bottle. Appreciate that. I'm gonna get some water and go back around this little flat spot and set up a tent for the night. So, in honor of a month on the trail, I prepared something for today. So check it out. It goes 1 month, get crunk, 1 month, get crunk, 1 month, get crunk, 1 month, get crunk. If you hadn't backpacked, then you won't understand it, cause these hills out here can be demanding. Not a light walk, but a big hike, reaching big heights to ascend high to the skylines, hitting milestones over stone faces and rock cliffs. Keep on moving, we setting paces, can't stop this. Kicking sticks and leaves and dirt, you see, cause I shift with the breeze and the earth with me, clean as dome. I can't wait to reach you, cause the sooner we do, then the sooner we leave you. But it's far from the end in, yeah. Pushing strong all the way through Virginia. No LeChucky Bridge washed out, but we can ferry across. Heavy load on my back, but Jesus carried the cross. Wandering not lost, destination Katahdin. Only thing to do is to keep on walking. Got the fellowship with nature, trees whisper with spirits. Calm your mind with meditation, concentrating, you can hear it. Reach an obstacle, clear it. It's your path, so steer it. And remember that courage is seasoned with some fear in it. But please don't fret, just release the curse of self. Be kind and humble, connect with everybody else, cause time is so short. So love while you can, hug while you can, hold firm and make a stand, cause lurking amongst us is strife, those that disrespect life. But don't fret, hold tight through the darkest of night, cause in the morning there's light, and it's worth it to try to help as many as you can and search for purpose in life. So for dinner tonight, we're having a Wild Zora dehydrated meal, the quick quinoa meal. This one's Baja citrus lentil. Comes with an olive oil pack. I added a pack of mustard to it and a pack of tuna. And with that, I'm having some tea. I have a Big Leo green tea, the throat coat from Yogi, and the elderberry lemon balm, immune plus stress, adaptive genetic support. And that's coconut milk powder right there in that one pack. So I'm gonna make me a little coconut milk latte type of tea. And that's gonna be my little healthy dinner for the evening. It's not 100% dissolved, but it's pretty good. So whoever was here last left a little bit of a Duraflame log, so why not try to start a fire? I used this little piece of porcelain pipe, concrete pipe, whatever it is. I'm digging out a little hole. This will help keep the fire contained low. And what I do from here is I start small. And I build me a little log cabin with dry, small sticks. So I have my little log cabin. I pushed it back up in there to get it on the flat ground. And I'm gonna use this little Duraflame starter that someone left out here if it's not too wet. Some other things that I use are these little fire sticks. I think Coleman or Culligan, or however you say it, makes them. These are some more like fat, lighter fire sticks. Of course, you got the Duraflame fire start cubes. I found those in a hiker box. And I like using this wet fire because you can just shave little parts off and probably get 3 things of tinder out of that. But for now, we're just gonna use this and see what happens. We'll put it down in there, and then when it gets lit, we'll add some of these small sticks on top to cover that hole. And once that gets burning, I'll probably use my knee pad to kind of bellows it a little bit and give it some air and blow on it. And then I have other sticks lined up over here by size. These are smaller. There's some tree bark and some bigger ones. We got some straw. That'll burn pretty quick. But we'll get this started. It's about an hour and a half before sundown. We'll burn a little bit past sundown and then probably snuff it out. Don't want too big of a fire. Don't want to be up too late. But I think that's going to do it for a great day 29. Appreciate y'all watching. Duraflames are actually not meant to really be opened and burned like that. They're meant to burn by burning this corner, and then the whole thing catches. The goal here is to get a little small coal bed going. And as you get a coal bed going, things that are bigger, even if they're wet, will start to dry out and burn. And once you get a good enough coal bed, it's just gonna take off. Something tells me that this stuff's all rotten enough that it's not gonna take long to dry out. The biggest mistake you can make with a fire is putting too big of stuff on too fast. Use my pad. Now I've got my smaller stuff burning in the middle. I've added a little bit bigger stuff to kind of create a teepee over the middle of it. Once we get that little teepee started, we should have a good enough coal bed. That's the basis of it. We'll build it up and get a little video before we go to bed of the whole thing. Now that we got the coal bed going, I've thrown some bigger split pieces that were laying around campsite. It should be pretty self-sustaining at this point. See, get a little coal bed going, and even when the fire goes out, you can grab some damp wood and get it cranked back up. That is kicking.